Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. We're in a rush to get concussed. Now, let's go to that middleweight for a second, right? And I've been following something for a while. We're going to talk Gennady Golovkin, right? Gennady Golovkin has a fight right now against, Saul Alvarez Canelo, right? Uh, on the 15th of September. Now, Canelo's still suspended until August, right? So somebody suspended is Canelo's in sanctioned bodies, like two or three of them, even though he's suspended, right? And so they suspended him conveniently until August so we can fight in September. Okay, guys know I have a little issue with that. But speaking of issues, the trainer of Gennady Golovkin, Abel Sanchez, who can get his talk on. He ain't afraid to tell you what he's thinking. Now, Abel Sanchez, he trains more Gassiev too. He trains punchers. Gassiev about to probably be the undisputed champion at cruiserweight. So we're gonna have to give Abel Sanchez some love first, because I got to get on him about this. What his last statement is. His last statement is this. He said Jamal Charlo is not a marquee name. We ain't gonna fight him at middleweight. He's not a marquee name, right? And he hasn't really done anything worthy of him fighting at middleweight, mind you, of him fighting um, Gennady Golovkin. This is Jamal Charlo. Now that statement is, in America you can get away with that one. You know what I mean? You can get away with that one. Jamal Charlo, first of all, he has a twin brother, right? And they're both champions. Jamal Charlo was champion at the IBF champion in the middleweight, junior middleweight division. Basically, could beat everybody, but he wasn't gonna fight his brother. So he moves up. He's 27 and 0 with 21 knockouts and punching power. Um, and here's the kicker: he's your mandatory. He's the mandatory for the WBC, I think it is. Which means if it's the mandatory, then no matter what's worthy. That's what the mandatory means. Mandatory means he's worthy of fighting the champion, just like all the other mandatories in the day, the Dominic Wades of the world, were not marquee names, right? So all of a sudden, it has to be a marquee name. Now I know Gennady Golovkin's supposed to be, coming towards the end of his career, but not really, because he's ready to fight anybody else. Because he says he'll fight, Billy Joe Saunders. He's all of a sudden a name. I beg to differ in the states. Now Billy Joe Saunders has a belt, and it used to be a unification match. It's not anymore because the IBF is gone, right? So you're looking at Gennady Golovkin. I told you guys that this is a mandatory that they're not going to fight. They're not going to fight Jamal Charlo. And let's be real, Jamal Charlo and his brother should be bigger anyway. I told y'all guys, double trouble, double trouble, double trouble. Y'all remember double trouble? They coming for you, and they don't need a crew because they coming with two. Y'all remember that? It's two of these guys, and they should be huge wherever they are, because you have two twins that are both champions, right? And one moves up, and he's the mandatory. We should want that. Now, Gennady Golovkin, when he was free for his May 5th date, right? It was another mandatory, Derevyanchenko, that he didn't want to fight. He was trying to fight Munguia, and who was the division lower than him, and then he fought Vanis Monterrosa. Now, guys, are those marquee names? Right? At middleweight, did Kell Brook do anything to get himself to do anything at middleweight to fight Gennady Golovkin? Shoot, we can go down to anybody. Martin Murray, Daniel Gill, who is marquee name. Now they won't fight Charlo, but we might fight Maruta, right? Who is the marquee name? So this is one of those glaring statements that I hope people are paying attention to, and not saying that somebody is biased or anything like that. This is ridiculous. If you have the title, then you should be wanting to fight your mandatories if something bigger is not there. And Jamal Charlo in the middleweight division is one of the major players. We know that Canelo don't even deserve here to be having this fight after being dope. But whatever, right? Whatever. But we know the names of those two, like I've been saying forever, that they were going to fight because of the names Derenchenko, Jamal Charlo, Demetrius Andrade, and Daniel Jacobs. As long as those names are there, you will see. That's why I didn't want the Canelo and the Gennady Golovkin fight to happen, just so we can watch this other circus of what Gennady Golovkin is going to do. And if people should have honed into that May 5th, That behavior of not fighting anybody who already was glaring. And Canelo Alvarez would have done the same if Gennady Golovkin was there. They had to fight each other, or else, right? Definitely, and it's there for anybody who pays a little bit of attention. Now, you're going to be able to say that Jamal Charlo is not a marquee name, is not worthy to have done anything worthy to fight Gennady Golovkin. Then ain't nobody supposed to be fighting Gennady Golovkin. It's a ridiculous statement, but it shows what they're going to do. Now, WBC, you're hearing, right? IBF already had to strip him. Now, this is a guy who, just make sure this is clear, that was supposed to be the most avoided fighter in all of boxing just about 18 months ago. That's what they were trying to tell us. And people who didn't believe it because of these kind of things were called all kind of names other than right? So now you're seeing already IBF title is going to be gone. And I'm pretty sure the WBC has to say, well, okay, if you're not fighting our mandatories, right, then we're going to have to strip you. And then, but he's going to steal because what's going to happen, Canelo, and if anything happens and nobody gets knocked out dramatically, it'll be a trilogy. They will continue to fight each other as long as people are paying to see it. Similar to the other people that people will pay to see and not fighting the best. And that's Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Anthony Joshua ain't trying to fight. So because people are going to pay to watch him fight someone else. It doesn't matter who. By the way, every video I do, let me make sure this clear. We didn't have that unification fight in the heavyweight division because the Povetkin fight was supposed to happen and be signed at a deadline. I'm going to keep saying it. It's a week and 4 days since that 24-hour deadline. So this is boxing. We love it, but let's just pay attention to what's going on. We're not getting good fights because some of the good fighters don't want to fight other good fighters. Pretty simple, isn't it? Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.